not to judge. Don't include your evaluations in your communications.
And so I'm going to move to a place of, and part of taking this stage is not just being kind of a leader, but it's also a former consumer, talking about these things. It's hard, but I'm going to do it anyways. Promise you won't judge? There was me requesting, making a need. I know what my need is, my feeling is. Promise? No. Okay, take a deep breath for a second. A long time ago, it's been over 20 years, even longer than that, my parents had problems in their relationship and tried to kill each other. Dad kidnapped his kid. Later on, my dad caused a crash that took the lives of 2 people while under the influence of alcohol. Shortly after that, my mom went to rehab when she was gone for a 5-day drug binge. Anyways, there's some stuff in my closet, folks. Anyways, here's the perspective. During that time, I just realized this a few years back. I never thought about it before. But during this time, I had one of my many diagnoses during this time with my anger problems and acting out in school, and we're talking middle school and elementary school, was this conduct disorder label that chased me around for a long time. And it had a lot to do with the reality that and I'm going to give you context in a minute, but the words that I'm going to use are going to offend you for a moment. But please hold on with context. I killed 2 animals, 2 puppies. And one of the puppies, now here comes the context, and this all has to do with, hold on to that label. We are all labelers. We have to suspend them. We're going to talk about it in a little bit. But to suspend our judgments and labels. Because right now I said I killed 2 puppies, and where did you go? Thank you, Sal, right? My brother, he can keep it real with me. Everybody's stomach turned, yes? Didn't feel good, right? Or except for those of you that are Jedis. Here's the reality. The first puppy that I had, we had the mother had puppies, and we lived in a very severe poverty home. We didn't have food. The mother got in a fight with another neighborhood dog on the street because our dogs ran freely, and the mother died. This puppy, we were trying to nurse it. My brother was also 2 years old. At that point, I was 9. And this puppy, we didn't have any food. I couldn't feed it. All it did was cry. And I'm over here trying to get food for my 2-year-old brother and my sister. And in my family, when an animal is hurt and can't be cared for, which is my thinking, they put it out of its misery. Now, I don't know that's the right thinking. I don't mean to offend any animal lovers at all. And so I apologize if I did. But the reality was, with context, did your energy shift? Yes? And how many of you automatically jumped to judgment before that? All of us, including my damn self, because I asked to ask for your forgiveness already, even before I said it. The other one, before my dad went to prison, I was supposed to be getting a Chihuahua. The Chihuahua's name was going to be Prancer. And when I had Prancer, my dad went to prison. Somebody still got me Prancer, and it was the gift from my dad from prison. Cool, right? Well, in the mornings, we'll let Prancer go out in the front yard. A larger Chihuahua, I had a Chihuahua, a larger Chow that was a community dog, just ran around causing havoc, attacked and killed my Prancer. I ran down Cal City Boulevard in my drawers with a knife, and I found that dog. I didn't find him that day. I found him another day, and I hurt that dog. I don't know if he lived or not, but I'm pretty sure he did. Anyways, okay, look at label, context, feel your heart shift. What were some of my needs in those violent acts? What about the one with the Prancer, my father?
Grief. Connection.
Could have been managing grief, and you interrupted my grieving process. Need to feel connected to my father who was imprisoned.
And he just killed your father.
And you just killed. Yes. So do you see what I'm saying?
Vengeance.
Now we've moved away from the labeling to now the needs level, and now we can work here because all of you guys are moved out of judgments. I don't feel judged. I feel like you're recognizing my needs, and now we can have a conversation. But 5 minutes ago, when I was about to say that, it took every ounce of energy for me to tell you that because I was concerned about stigma associated with that. Does that make sense? That's what we're talking about right here. And this is really hard to do. I hear people say this all the time. Oh, she's just a borderline. I'm like, or he's a fire starter. Right? What does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. That means he light a fire once. Who isn't a little bit pyro? I love fireworks. Right? It's just being able to hold on to our judgments. I'm not saying that they sometimes aren't validated, but I'm saying can we hold on for just a minute and hold on and don't express our evaluations, our interpretations, our judgments until we really have context. Thank you guys for not judging me, by the way. They don't judge me.
No.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing. Okay, so here's the communication as we've started to talk about these things and piece them together. I want you guys to watch this communication, and we're going to talk about what goes wrong, at what point it goes wrong, and what the needs are.